Hello. Okay, so I started this video. I started this video a while ago, and I was recording for like 30 minutes, so I need to shorten this time. I've been really bored lately, and I want to show off my CD collection. I have it on my website, tioma.cool, but there's not a lot there. I've said I was going to post photos of the CD, and I never did because there's no good lighting in this house. It seems fine right here, but you gotta trust me when I take photos. It sucks. I never took photos of the CDs. I don't have a lot of reviews written for most of them. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna look at my CDs and it's gonna be fun and interesting. So first, we started off with, there's a stack of CDs here, which are ones that I don't have the CDs for anymore. It's more like I just have the cases. I don't know what happened, but that's just how it is, sadly. So, it's a bit. We've got Thank You by Stone Temple Pilots, my favorite album, mainly based on vibes. I love sunflowers, very pretty stuff. Tyrannosaurus Hives, Echo of Miles by Soundgarden, not the box set. This was a promo CD, I suppose. And I don't have the disc anymore, which pisses me off, because this is the only way I can listen to Black Rain. To my knowledge, it wasn't on... I don't need to get caught up in this again. But, I always wanted the box set, but it's always being sold for, like, $200 on eBay. Opened, too! So, it's like, ooh, we got all the CDs, though. It's like, why don't you sell it for the price it was originally? Which I wouldn't know, because I never bought it, so... You know, we have Silverchair Freak Show. I'm sorry, you can see that it's horribly cracked over here in the corner. That's gonna be a thing, common recurring theme with a lot of my CDs. So that's just something we need to make peace with, okay? We have Tonight, single by Smashing Pumpkins, which is weird because this single has 7 songs on it, and I haven't heard a single one. I mean, I've heard Tonight, but I don't even like it, so it makes you wonder why I even bought that. And we'll circle back to that too, why I bought this regarding Smashing Pumpkins. So we'll figure it out. The Mission soundtrack by Ennio Morricone. I'm sorry that it's not focusing too good. I never watched this movie, and in fact I don't think I know a single song off of this. I don't. I just like Ennio Morricone, so that's why I bought it. We have Vitalogy. We're gonna look at this one specifically because I really like the way the case works. Now again, I don't have the CD, so I can't show you, but you got this little flap here, which is interesting. It's kind of like a page. Little flap for the CD enclosure, and then the booklet is built right into the case, and it's all very very vintage feeling. Let me try and let's not look at my face right now. Like this, there's little pages. Dear Mr. Clinton, something about a shooting here, alongside Eddie's notes. I don't know what's going on here, but you can see that there's some stuff. Is that handwritten? No, it's like a typewriter. That's weird. Glossary of terms used in the book ad libitum. I don't think Eddie ever said that. Just kind of like vibes-based stuff, I suppose. Admittedly, I don't listen to a lot of Pearl Jam. I really like 10. And I like Spin the Black Circle off of this, which my mom hates. And I'm pretty sure my mom gave me this. Unless she didn't. I don't know. We have Up From the Catacombs, Jane's Addiction. This is just basically a greatest hits. This is weird because I have 2 of these. This is going to be a constant recurring thing. I have 2 of the same album a lot. I'm pretty sure at one point I bought 3 copies of Tool's either Lateralis or Anima. So I don't know what that's about. We got Lullabies to Paralyze. This pisses me off because I love Queens of the Stone Age, and I only own 2 of their albums to begin with, when I love all of their friggin' discography. One of the rare bands where I actually like every single album they've done. I don't really like In Times New Roman, but that's... maybe I gotta give it time, I don't know. But, this one has a cool... like, this is the thing you see when you first like open it up. There's a lot of interesting visuals in here. Constant little callbacks to the, why isn't it focusing? There we go. Constant callbacks to like the broken lamb masks and stuff. Sorry, I'm not good at turning pages for a camera. Focus, you were just focused. Ah! Whatever, it's cool, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I hope I do find this. I'm pretty sure a lot of these missing CDs are probably in like those little old cases that your mom would have in the car with all the CDs that she'd play. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure, please ignore the stain from a cup on this. But we got Lateralis. This doesn't show up too good on camera, but there's a lot of see-through, interesting things happening with the case, so, you know. So those are the ones I don't have CDs for. And then up top on this shelf, this is because I ran out of, these are just stored in like those boxes that you buy like a bunch of oranges in, like from people selling them on the sidewalk. I don't have a lot of space, so we just got stuff stacked on top. But at the top, with albums I actually have CDs for, we've got the Ohio Players Definitive Collection. I only love Roller Coaster. I haven't listened to anything else. Space Hog, Resident Alien, Nirvana Sliver Best of the Box, another greatest hits. I have the Battle Tendency soundtrack, JoJo Part 2. I really liked it. I really liked Avalon, as did everybody. And I have most of the Pillows discography. I have the Fooly Cooly Volume 3 soundtrack. That was the one that had mainly like songs from the Pillows that had vocals. Although a lot of, I'm pretty sure Volume 1 and 2 had some non-Pillows songs, because there's that song with the purple-haired classmate of Nauta's where they play like an orchestral track or something. But the other volumes, I'm pretty sure have like vocal list tracks. So these are like the actual original albums. I have Little Busters, I have Living Field, which is the first one that I bought. Please Mr. Lost Man, Runner's High, Happy Bivouac, I don't know how you say that. And am I missing anything? Nope, that's it. There's also Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, and I have Music Bank. So, whoops, I'm stupid. So I have this, and I also have the DVD. And the DVD is a much cheaper thing to buy online. My mom got it for me for a Christmas gift one year, and I had to buy this box set on my own because, well, you can find both on eBay. Music Bank costs a lot more, like the box set, which pisses me off. But the DVD is cool too. It's like, it's from the King 5 documentary. I don't know what that is. That must have been a TV station back in the day. And it's mainly like interspersed clips of the boys hanging out. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a scene where they're like at Jerry's house and someone, I'm assuming Jerry, is either making macaroni or SpaghettiOs, and then it'll like cut to the video for Get Born Again. So like, it's fun. And the audio mixing is a little different, where you can hear different, like certain parts of the song will stick out more. Like, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's a couple where you hear like Jerry's harmonies a little bit over lanes, so you can hear what he's doing a little bit better. It's cool. And Music Bank is a box set of a lot of their best songs. Now, I couldn't tell you really what the difference between each of these is. Disc number 1 seems to have a lot of demos. Disc 2, I'm pretty sure these are mostly singles or something, plus a Junkhead demo. Disc 3 is, I guess, rarer songs, although I'm not much help right now because, you know. But this was, I used to listen to this all the time because they had it on Spotify. And back when I was younger, getting back into, like, seriously hunting down the music I listened to as a kid, Music Bank was, like, a huge one for me. Because it has little bits and pieces of every album, and you get a little taste of everything they had to offer. Plus, I'm a B-sides enjoyer. So, Disc 3 has Died and A Little Bitter, which I'm pretty sure they made for Last Action Hero. starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's an okay movie. Yeah. And there's disc 4, and we'll get to disc 4. But first, booklet. The booklet's pretty cool. It's mostly a biography with like a lot of different pictures. I wish this would focus, but it's cool. And then when you get to the end, it's like a list of tracks on each disc and describing kind of like their thoughts as they were making things. Like, I like the one for Dirt, the track Dirt, not the album. Another special one for me, that bendy thing is part of who I am as a player, but this one accentuates that. The words Lane put to it were so heavy. I've never given him something and not thought it was going to be the most badass thing I was ever going to hear. Whether I showed it or not, I always knew it was going to be great, and I was always excited. Anytime that he goes up to the mic, anytime he puts his mind to it, there's not a guy who can touch him. Agreed. So, I actually need to look up when this came out. Does it say? 1999. Yeah, okay, so that was when everyone was still alive, I guess. Was it? Yeah. Okay, anyways, booklet, very cool. I love looking at that. And then the discs themselves seem like kind of different shots from different albums, like Work in Progress, Unused Things. Like, this is obviously from Facelift. This is the empty crater that the Dirt... let me focus on this. Come on. Doesn't want to focus. This is the empty crater that the Dirt Girl was in. You got Tripod, the cool dog whose name I cannot remember. And this is familiar. Isn't this from one of the Tripod album music videos? Maybe Get Born Again? I don't know. But this one is interesting because instead of music, it has The Journey, a CD-ROM game, Get Born Again music video, and Jar of Flies CD extra multimedia. Now this makes me wonder, if I start putting CDs into my computer, am I going to get more programs? Like, how often were they hiding programs on these CDs? Because it says Jar of Flies multimedia. Why is it? I don't know. But has anyone actually ever posted footage of this friggin' CD-ROM game? Have they posted footage of whatever this multimedia thing from Jar of Flies is? I don't know, and I may have to be the guy to do it. Maybe. I'm gonna be real annoyed if I find out it's been there the whole time and I never saw it in all my years of scouring YouTube for this crap. But yeah, that's Music Bank. And I gotta put it all back. Kind of been making a mess of everything. Man, how you get in there? Okay, hold on. Okay, so originally what I was going to do was I was going to pull these boxes out of here, as you can see. But I don't feel like doing that because I'm sitting on a beanbag right now and it's all going to be very compromised. So instead, why won't this focus? Okay, instead I'm just going to show off like random CDs that particularly capture my interest. If you really want to know everything in my collection, then you can go on my website because I have a CD collection page, but which I'll link in the description. I suppose I've always wanted to say that. But yeah, I'll just go over a few CDs that mean a lot to me, that I find interesting, and yeah. We're at a slightly different angle now. Okay, so first, let's go over some stuff that I hold near and dear to my heart. So, if you know me, you know that I love Mong Tong. And so I have Tao Fire, which is their most recent album. I think it may be considered their second album. I don't really know, because I thought Music from Taiwan Mystery counted, but apparently not. So, Tao Fire. We love Tao Fire, don't we, folks? This one has some more of that really unique psychedelic artwork and everything. And the booklet, is it a booklet? Yeah, it is a booklet. Okay. Maybe one of those uniquely, oh, actually it's a, so okay, so we take this out. This is the booklet. And then this is where the cover art is. This is the sheet for the cover art, which is interesting. Usually it's like all one booklet, but guess not. Hold on, I might be out of focus. Yeah, okay. Trying to hide my acne, sorry. So yeah, the front is just them talking about this is our latest release. It was released by Guru Brain. That's what it was. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Because music from Taiwan Mystery, if I am correct, I think was released by WV Sorcerer Productions, which has a lot of really interesting, like, East Asian, psychedelic type music and everything. So, and we'll get to that. This one has notes on the tracks, like some of the little special little diddly-doos that they did with them. Where's my favorite? Okay, Forest Show. This is what they have written for Forest Show. Major rearrangement of an old Mongtong song resulted in unexpectedly great outcomes, possibly due to the less intrusive composition of the bass and guitar parts resulting from the new arrangement. The song evokes a sense of being lost in a forest in Southeast Asia. And then we have the one for Mountain Pond. This one's just kind of interesting to me. Mongtong recorded the sounds of Taiwan's swamps in the dream lake of Yangmingshan and added the sounds of a Thai electronic keyboard. The rhythm is modeled after the sound of wood being struck, leading the listeners into the depths of the wet and sticky subtropical swamp. So it's interesting because I'm pretty sure, let me think about this, I'm pretty sure I bought this at a concert of theirs. Didn't I? Yeah. I'm just gonna say yes. I've seen them twice. They showed up twice. They did a performance of Epigraphy at a small venue that I'd never been to before. Actually, I hadn't been going to concerts much at all when I first saw them. And I got to talk to them afterward, which is really, really, really cool. And then they did another show at a bigger venue, which had a lot of people show up, which was surprising me. I didn't realize how much bigger their fan base was. I guess they did do that KEXP thing, and they were at South by Southwest. And then they were also at a festival. Like, I think they went to a festival the week that they did the Epigraphy concert thing. So, anyways, then I saw them again at a bigger venue, and they played a lot of the classics, and they played a lot of songs I liked. They played stuff off music from Taiwan Mystery, they played stuff off Mystery, which is another Guru Brain release, and they did friggin' Tao Fire music, which is awesome. And like I said, I think music from Taiwan Mystery was released under WV Sorcerer Productions. And speaking of them, we have Purple Haze. Ah, shit, I need to get it better. Purple Haze from East, Volume 1 and 2. Why does it say Touch AF Cancelled? I don't know what that means. I'm new to cameras. This is that thing I was saying, where they have a lot of interesting music from different East Asian acts. It may be more than just East Asia, I'm just saying. Insides are very cool. Both discs have like a yin-yang thing going on. The thing is, they have, I can't read most of this, but it shows like some of the groups who performed on this album. I like to put this on when I'm like focusing on something. Like, normally I'm listening to stuff that has lyrics like for inspiration purposes or to fill in a void when I'm doing something. Like if I'm cleaning my room, I don't need to think too hard about it, right? But when I'm reading, sometimes I put on Purple Haze from East, Volume 1 and 2. And I'm pretty sure I like Volume 2 better than I do. Oh, I forgot to mention. I'll show the Volume 2 one. Okay, so this is Volume 2. Again, it's very much the same in presentation. But each one is actually 2 discs. Did you know that? I highly recommend checking this out. It's a real treat. There's a lot of interesting sounds on it, all very much psychedelic. But yeah, I've gotten really into like Taiwanese psychedelic music because of Mongtong. And not everyone on here is Taiwanese, to my knowledge. I can't tell because I can't read the language for the most part. And when I've tried looking up some of these other acts, because I had to add them to the Rate Your Music database. Can you believe it? But I couldn't find much information about these other acts when I was trying to add them, so I don't know if they're Taiwanese. I'm pretty sure some of them are Chinese, right? So, blah, blah, blah. And I know that some other groups that Mongtong works with, this isn't Mongtong, I'm just kind of generalizing right now because I know that it's the same label. They worked with Ford Trio, which to my knowledge is Thai. Please don't get mad at me if I'm wrong about that, but that's pretty much what I remember. So there's a lot of just different sounds, different cultures, like mingling, especially on WV Sorcerer. Guru Guru Brain has Kikagaku Moyo, which is Japanese. So check out Guru Guru Brain, check out WV Sorcerer Productions. Okay? It's good stuff. And check out Purple Haze from East and listen to Mongtong. I've been shouting from the rooftops about them and nobody listens. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, and then our next feature presentation is Ultima Radio. Now, I love these guys. I found them from a blog where I was trying to find music that sounded kind of like Queens of the Stone Age, and Ultima Radio was being featured on this music blog. Pretty, like, not like one of the bigger ones like Pitchfork or Billboard do reviews, I don't know, Rolling Stone, that kind of thing. It was a smaller website that still seemed to be some kind of professional thing, and they listed Ultima Radio. This is their debut EP, I'm pretty sure. And they mentioned Moroccan Honey specifically, which is the first track on here. And it's like it really captures, like, what I was trying to do. I was trying to make like a very sensual sounding playlist that doesn't just like veer into, I didn't want to put Closer on there by 9 Inch Nails like everybody does. I didn't want Deftones. I wanted something like Skin on Skin by Queens of the Stone Age. And Moroccan Honey hits the same very sexy notes. Not as on the nose, but lyrics wise, but the vibe, oh my god, you need to check it out. So really, when I bought this, I bought this one album, their EP. And you can tell it's homemade. Like, from what I can tell, I'd have to check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that all the cover art, I don't know why I keep shoving it like so close towards me. The cover art is made by, is it the lead singer? Artwork, Tori Kager, Julian, don't want to mess up your name so I'm not going to say it, but Julian is the, one of the lead guys, I believe. Is it? Yes, yes. And he mixes and masters it. He does a lot of work, and wasn't the only one who did the cover art, but he worked on it. And you can tell by the CD as well. Let me get this guy out. The surface is like not super matte, and it's a little bit shiny. I don't know how they made it. I'm not smart about these things, but you can kind of tell this is like very much like feels very homemade kind of project, I suppose. So as I was saying, I bought this album because I really liked Moroccan Honey, and I liked Day of the Mantis, and I liked The King's Head. I haven't listened to it in a while. I'm gonna pop it in after I'm finished with this, but love this album. And I left a note. Well, maybe I shouldn't get into too many details about this, but basically I was like, I love your guys' music. You guys just, I've listened to some of your other EPs. I didn't listen to them like as thoroughly as I paid attention to this, but I was listening to their other music. I was like, you guys are amazing. I love this. You got a new fan for sure. Like, I'm your biggest fan. Because they're pretty like kind of not very well known. Like, when you check on Bandcamp, they don't have a lot of attention there, and go give them attention. And then, like, they sent me their other albums, and and I appreciate it so much. So we have, I'm not gonna try and say that because I wouldn't know how to say it. We got 1,000 Shapes, and they're kind of like in a similar way. Let me see, is it the same as the Dusk? Right. Okay, so we got that. We got 1,000 Shapes. 1,000 Shapes, Dusk City, okay? And these kind of open up the same. This one is more of a cardboard package, but like you got a nice little sleeve for the CD, and then you got the booklet. I think it was this one that had like some cute little things like we're love making music. Like I don't know. It was like I liked reading what they wrote in there. And then this one is more of a shiny sort of plastic. I don't know how to describe it, but same kind of layout. This and the CD. So these guys are pretty cool. They have, you can definitely tell they're inspired by Queens of the Stone Age, but it's not like a ripoff or anything. I really like the lead singer's voice. And like I said, I've listened to these other albums since, but like I'm like obsessed with their EP. And like they have a sort of range, not too crazy, where you know that this is still Ultima Radio, but they have a really interesting like range of sounds. Like Day of the Mantis goes pretty friggin' hard, and feels a little, I don't want to say doomy, but you know. And then Moroccan Honey, like I said, sexy kind of Queens of the Stone Age type thing. The King's Head, it's been a while since I've listened to the King's Head, but I remember that one stood out to me too. It's more close in sound to Day of the Mantis, but not as doomy, I suppose. I know that my description isn't helping, but really, you guys need to check out Ultima Radio. I'm pretty sure they released a new album, and I haven't listened to it yet. And I need to get on that. I said I was going to be their #1 friggin' fan, and here I am slacking. I said that about Mongtong too, but like, although I did listen to, I don't remember what the latest album they did was. Mongtong did another album with Gong Gong Gong, and I listened to it partially, and I haven't listened to the whole thing. Fake fan. Okay, next. This is a very simple album. Like, there's nothing too crazy about the CD. I'm showing these because I like showing off the CD packaging. This is very much simple, but I want to show it off because it is Earth 2 by Earth, special low frequency edition. This is like peak doom metal. I love it. It's very droney. It's drone doom. That's what this is. This is the gods of drone doom. They made it, and without them we would not have Dope Smoker. We would not have Ohm. We would not have, I don't know how to say it, Resin, R-E-Z-N. We wouldn't have them. They're not very droney, but like, I'm just saying things to say things. Anywho, this is Earth's debut album. It's peak drone doom. I'm always talking about it. I'm always talking about it. It's got a heavy sense of doom, but like it really fits this very simple, beautiful cover art. And I listened to this one time when I had like the biggest migraine of all time, and I was downstairs and I was playing this over the over our like TV speaker system, and I was like, nobody gets to talk to me about the fact that I am blasting this shit throughout the entire house. I need this. And so I just laid there, and I don't remember if I had taken medicine, if I had anything like cold compress or anything. I was just sitting there listening to it, and I gotta say, it's something hits different when you're friggin' delirious listening to this. I just don't know what it is, and you guys gotta check it out. It's really good. I like the back of it because come on buddy. Of all things, it has reviews of the album. This is stuff you'd see on the back of a video game box or like movie box, but this is like reviews of the album. Like it's, and I agree with all of them. Found it difficult to think of the things that disturbed me. Afterwards, everything seemed right with the world. A new yet seemingly ancient kind of experience, very unusual. A physical presence in the room. I can almost touch the sounds. When I got up, I could swear I was a few inches off the ground. Forget drugs and alcohol, I am now very, very mellow. I feel alert, yet very calm, wonderful after a hard day. Always had trouble relaxing. After auditioning Earth 2, had an incredibly deep sleep. My tension headaches have disappeared! That's basically how I felt listening to this. I'm pretty sure I felt better after I listened to this. And I also have fallen asleep to this, like this other guy said, which is crazy, because it's like harsh, not, I don't know, just like the fuzz makes the guitar sound harsh, but it's so smooth, and like just the fuzz envelops you. It's like a big warm blanket, and it feels like just there is something ancient in this. I don't know how they did it. Earth has other really good, oh, by the way, Sub Pop, guys who did Nirvana and Grunge Acts, you know them? It's interesting reading interviews about this, because where you would assume that a record studio exec would listen to this and be like, who is this gonna appeal to? Sub Pop loved this, and they put it on the shelves, and people were going to be confused, and they were. But then we got so many friggin' good acts out of this. So, Earth 2 sweep is what I'm trying to say. Really dig the inside as well. Now, to my knowledge, friggin' Dylan Carlson, if you hear me say this and I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I don't mean anything bad by it. But to my knowledge, this was made back when he was having problems with heroin, maybe? Something like that. So, I think after this they did a couple more albums that, while he was still on the drugs and everything. And then once he got off of them, the sound totally changed. Like, it's not as doomy as this. Even their albums after this didn't really sound like Earth 2. Earth 2 is wholly unique in what it is. But, it just kind of changed. Like, it's, if you listen to The Bees Made Honey in the Lion's Skull, it's another one of their albums. I like it. It's not doomy, it's actually very beautiful and nice and calming, but it still has that sort of, is droning what I want to say? That repetitive quality that their music has always had, just like prettier. So if you like Earth 2, you might want to listen to their successive 2 albums. Why am I holding this upside down? And if you didn't like it, but you liked, I don't know, you might not like Earth then, but I would say I've played Earth 2 for my friends, and they do not have the same music taste as me. They do not like Earth 2. They don't really like metal in general. They like some songs. My boy Cosine loves Queens of the Stone Age. Seems to kind of like Mastodon, but overall not a metal guy. Cannot stand Earth 2. Maybe it's because I talk about it too much. Cannot stand Earth 2. My other friends do not like metal. Cannot stand Earth 2. But when I put on The Bees Make Honey in the Lion's Skull, they liked it. So I would say give Earth 2 a try, period. But if you don't like it, still give The Bees Made Honey in the Lion's Skull a try. And if you don't like either, then fine. You're wrong. But, like, it is what it is. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Earth, right? And then we're going to move on to something completely different. So I have 2 copies of the Alice in Chains album, sometimes known as Tripod. It's their self-titled final album with Lane. I don't know why I have 2 copies. Typically there would be a sticker on here indicating something to me, and there's nothing. So we're just going off vibes for the most part. So we got this one. And the other problem is I don't know which disc goes with which case. So I have 2 discs. I can't tell which one's for what. But, yellow disc for this one. White packaging. I really like the Alice in Chains on the little hingy part. And then we have this one. It has Alice in Chains here too, it's just yellow. And then you open it up. Yellow plastic for the CD holder, and then a purple disc. The booklet, to my knowledge, is the exact same. And I wanted to show something off earlier, and I never did. So, okay, my camera can only record so much at once. So I want to show something, because I'm not sure too many people have tried this before, but I found there are these CD cases you can get where you can take out the album materials and put them in, and it's basically just like a thinner version outside of a jewel case. And so some people will be like, oh man, how do I get the friggin' can you hear that? Don't worry. People are like, how do you get the art in the back out? Like, there's some on the outside and there's some on the inside. How do you get that out? This is how you get it out. So you just, you see these little bits here, the little circular indents? this thing can come out. Let me see if I can remember how. Yeah. Okay, so you just kind of jet your finger. I usually jam my finger in between the CD holder and the rest of the case. This is easier if they're color coded, because the CD tray here is like neon yellow greenish, and then the thing's purple, so I know what to grab at. You just jet your fingernail under there. See, it kind of starts coming out, and you can just sort of gently guide it out on the other side. Boink, comes out like that, and then you have free access to the art in the back. So, and then you can just pop this back in. So, clink, clink, clink. Now me, sometimes I'm a bit too rough with it and things break. So don't be like me, and if you think you're the type of person who's gonna break it, don't do this. But if you want to stop using jewel cases, which, I mean, if you have one that's colored like this, just keep it. But if you don't want to use jewel cases, that's how you get the CD art out. And then you can just rip out the friggin'... Oh, and if it's... it doesn't have it on here. Let me see. Okay, so you see how Earth 2 has this little... What's it called? Whatever. The thing on the side that lets you know this is Earth 2. That also comes out. Like, it's a little piece that's kind of like bent on the sides. So the back piece, you take that out, you get the side part too. Sorry, it's not helping at all. Okay, so it's getting dark. I was gonna do this earlier and then I didn't. So, and this is probably getting too long because I like to yap. So that's partially showing off my CD collection. I showed off the stuff I really like the most, and I showed off stuff that I need people to listen to, because it can't just be me who knows this stuff. So I might do another one of these where I talk about my other CDs. I'll try and do it like shorter, hopefully, because there's not a lot interesting to talk about with many things. I mean, there is, that's the problem. This could go an hour, but I don't want it to. So if you liked it, tell me, and I'll do another one. And I'll probably do another one anyway. So just tell me if you liked it and I'll appreciate it. And if you hate me, I don't know what to tell you, man.